Moving off the subject, we didn't really get to finish the Mayweather McGregor talk. I just want your insight about how all the insight that's being shared between the sparring between Malignaggi and McGregor. Malignaggi's actually left the camp now because he feels that McGregor's camp is not following ethics. They've let out just too much. What do you make of that? Of the
I don't even know about that. I'm hearing it for the first time. What did you say?
He put out a photo where
Who did?
Malignaggi's on the McGregor's camp. They put out a photo. Malignaggi's on the floor. The people are perceiving it to be a knockdown during the sparring session.
Okay.
McGregor's daring him. Malignaggi's daring him to put out the unedited sparring to show that it was actually a push. But you know the sparring's coming out to the media and before the biggest fight of McGregor's career, and it's a challenge itself that is going to be a boxing fight.
What are you asking me?
I was asking, what do you make?
Mean to me?
Yeah, what do you make of that, of the sparring?
It means promotion. It means promotion. It means we're talking about it. It worked. Genius.
Okay, well,
great move. It worked.
Topic?
We're talking about it. It's gonna maybe a few more people buy the fight.
Okay, so I don't know. There is a movie that's in the works, or it's actually being made right now about Mike Tyson, but more focused on Customato. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Oh.
I know I've had a lot of people who have called me over the last few years, or well, actually going back a lot of years, quite frankly, but that have called me that I've hung up on. You know, they come from everywhere. We want to do a Customato story. I want to do a book. Want to do a movie. Want to talk to you. And for the most part, unless I trust them from somebody telling me to trust them, I don't trust a lot of people in that industry, and you know, because you don't always get sincere people, you don't. But so I'm familiar with knowing. It doesn't surprise me that knowing that there's been banter out there about doing something.
Yeah, because his story needs to be known. Not a lot of people really know his story, and this one's like really focused. And I think.
But I don't know who the guy is, so I don't want to say anything bad.
I'll say it off camera.
Yeah. But so I don't know if it's if the guy, like I said, I didn't talk to him. So and I was with Cus for almost 8 years, and you know, so and of course Tyson came during that period. So, but listen, Cus was a phenomenal man. Cus deserves a movie. He does. He deserves a movie. I just hope it's an honest, truthful, proper movie that depicts the real essence of him, and not just a Hollywood movie.
If you had to pick a director and someone to play him, who would it be?
I would have picked. I think he passed away. Ernest Borgnine. Remember the old actor Ernest Borgnine? I think I'm pronouncing it right. Ernest Borgnine. I would have picked him. Yes, I think he's passed away. You know, I can't pick Robert De Niro. He plays everyone. It's like enough already. You know what I mean? Enough. I mean, I want Robert to come back and be a male Sybil and just play the 22 personalities. You know, but
maybe Joe Pesci should come back and play Customato.
No, I don't think so. No, please. I mean, nothing against Joe, but no. Cus is a very important figure in our business, in the history of boxing, and it should be properly depicted. And as far as the director, it should be a serious director. Director that, not like a director that did the Ali movie. I don't think he did a great job, like he changed history. There's too many things with Frazier that just weren't accurate. That just... Will Smith did a great job. I thought he did a great job, but I thought the director took the easy way out, and he, you know, he just made things to work for him, and there were certain things that when you do, I know it's not a documentary, but it's still history. You have to respect that history, especially with those kind of important figures, and because it's an important figure, and as kids, unfortunately, you know, people know more about baseball and football than they know about boxing. They do. Because they got football cards, they got baseball cards, they don't have boxing cards, they don't have, they just have more of a easier way of getting to the history of baseball, football, and basketball because it's out there more. It's more access. And they don't have the access to boxing. So when you get a guy that comes along and is going to do a picture on movie on somebody as important to the sport as Customato, it scares me because you're gonna get hopefully you're gonna get a guy who's not just gonna play around with history and just reinvent stuff. and make it work for the movie, for himself. You hope you get someone who will respect what should be respected with the history of that man. And I don't know if they will get the right guy, but I hope to God they do.
Well, what was wrong with the Ali movie? What stuff were you most?
I mean, the one with Will Smith, I thought Will Smith was terrific. I just thought there was, I'd have to go back and I remember when ESPN asked me to do a thing, I wrote down about a whole bunch of things on a couple of index cards that just inconsistencies and just things that were not accurate, with different things. And I just think with somebody that important in the sport and socially, there's a guy who crossed over to social issues with Ali. I know it's not a documentary, but still, you should respect the history.
Cool. Thank you, Teddy.
You're
Appreciate
welcome,
your time.
Thank you, Teddy, man. That was gold. Appreciate you.
My pleasure, guys.